Hello, I'm doing a coding session today where this is a bit unorthodox because I have a tutorial that I've been following, and we've all been in this situation. If you've ever tried to learn coding on your own, especially if you don't have a fucking team that you're working with, like you're not part of a boot camp, you're just learning on your fucking own, then you've run into things where shit doesn't work. And I'm a bit experienced with debugging shit. But it gets really annoying, and I've never seen proper videos of people like showing the reality of, you know what, this is fucking gay, but here's how you untangle all these damn knots that show up. So, let me go through with what's going on. And this is not throwing shade on this guy. This is absolutely fine. This is just part of the process of code not fucking working. There's no shade on this guy at all. I absolutely enjoyed this tutorial for the information, how he presented stuff, how he explained things. Perfectly fine. Dev Ed, pretty dang popular, 175K. Or not 175K, 750K. What the hell is wrong with my verbiage here? What the hell? You can read that. Okay, so yeah, this tutorial, basically what it's supposed to look like is you have you can like change the backgrounds and change the audio that goes there, and it's just a countdown timer. It's a meditation timer, whatever. It's a countdown timer with background video that you have linked and background audio that you have linked, and you can adjust the time that is set there. And I'm going to be fucking around with this to have different inputs and the like. But I don't really know how to do that with input fields. I'm not going to fuck with that because that really doesn't matter in comparison to this is an example of this is just showing how you have preset times, and I can show where that is, where this is set down. I'm just going to be honest with this. This is set really low so that I can test shit. But this is just hard coded for what the times are for 5 minutes, 300 seconds, 10 minutes, 600 seconds. But like if I were to do, if I were to extract information from an input, let's actually put it in its own. Let's call it custom time. Then I'd have some kind of input tag. Input type text, and I have something like that. I'm not gonna fuck with that for now. Let's actually do my usual thing. For if I wanted something to be added, I'd put a note of like just going all the way across, because then that kind of makes a flag that's easier to see. Make a capability to take in user input time. That's fine. That's something to fuck with in the future. I'm not doing that today. And tomorrow ain't looking great. Day after, not so great either, because there's a shit ton that I have to get done with networking, for example, is its own damn thing. And then I haven't even touched React. I haven't even touched Kali Linux. There is so much shit that's more important at this point in time than fucking around with input tags to change this via input. I know that's fine for expanding on it, but in terms of concepts and everything that I'm absorbing, I really shouldn't fuck with that right now. And it bothers me because my autism wants to know how every single fucking piece works. But because I don't have a competent teacher in my midst, I do not have the luxury of indulging my curiosity. So I have to beat down my curiosity with a motherfucking hammer because I know how much it's burning me out. It's burning me the fuck out. And I need to hold the fuck back on that. Okay, so where are we? Oh yeah, so let's show what the fucking problem is. This is how it's supposed to look like. These are hard-coded values that are in there. I'm not going to worry about the added values. It's going to be something to expand on after I get several projects done and other things off of my plate. So this project I might, because this isn't going to make or break me getting a job. Me understanding like network protocols in networking, which is completely different than web development. This absolutely takes fucking priority. So yeah, this can go bite a dick for a while until I care about making it. See, like I start this project because I'm like, oh, I care about like just making a quick timer thing that I can do. I want to keep track of setting certain times and like what is your purpose for making the program. You always have to define that. You always have to define what is your purpose. Otherwise, you don't know what the fuck you are doing. I'm turning away from the microphone there because I know I raised my voice. So this is just doing a countdown thing so that I can track how efficiently I work, like stopping after 10 minutes after, you know, doing hard study of these goddamn memorize this shit in networking, versus taking like doing 20 minutes of work and then a 5-minute break versus doing 45 minutes of work and a 15-minute break, seeing how different things pair up and how that affects my mood and keeping track of that, so that I can just make better fucking scheduling and be more efficient. For that purpose, I can hard code shit in here. So like I'm gonna make another one and I'll fuck around with this a bit later. So here's me making comments for, this is something that would not take long for me to fuck around with, because adding more buttons will, let's say 45, and we'll just keep that as one word. Or let's just go to 40, just because it's easier math. 6 times 4 is, why can't I do that in my head? What is 24? My brain is not in mathematical mode at all. And that's 40 minutes. It's odd. It's like when I would try and say something in Japanese, but I'm thinking in English the whole time, and they're like, "Oh, give a self-introduction," and I would think, "Oh, self-introduction. I know the Japanese word for that," and then I just pause and I go, "Oh yeah, in Japanese it's and then I'm just fucked because like you have to have that spark going on there for recall to occur, and if it's not there, then you don't got it, bro." So, and it's Shiko Shokai, by the way, is self-introduction in Japanese. But regardless, I'm not going to fuck with this. But actually, sure, why not? Open with live server. Let's see what we got. Okay, that's fine. This doesn't fuck things up because we're using Flex so that you can add items dynamically and it's doable. But as you can see, the shit that we have up here, did I do anything else with the classes? That's weird. No, I gave it its own custom class. We're not using those classes. Are we using long? No, please. Muscle memory? No, we're not using that class anywhere, so we don't. Okay, that's fine. This is generally, so this is the thing that throws me off, is there's a lot of classes that are declared here that are not used. And I do apologize for my frantic clicking on things, where if I see a class created in HTML, I expect it to be referenced in CSS or referenced in the JS, which it's fine. Well, let's see, is long used here? Okay, so I guess that's just a coding courtesy that they already have. The boilerplate that they started from was not doing so well here. So I need to back up again and explain some shit. In most tutorials that are worth their salt, they have a link to GitHub where they have the tutorial code, and so that's down there. And I just have those. I have that directly put in here, but you can see that there are some discrepancies. First thing, obviously, this fucking button is out of whack, but it also is not clickable, which I know the thing that should be on that is pointer events none. But let's go over here. So let's see, view none. The SVGs are not being targeted for shit. So player container SVG in styles.css, player container SVG. Pointer events are not. So why is it not letting me click through this shit? Let's see if I can nudge this dude really far so that I know what I'm working with. If I'm touching it, yeah, it's going way the hell off. It's going way the hell off screen. So let's just go 80%. We'll see that. Yeah. So that is what we're dealing with. We are clicking through that. Pointer events none should allow me. See if I can click through that. But so I obviously want to hit that that play button that I have here. And where how do I trigger? So I'm adding an event listener on play. Play is our .play query selector here. And that's the SVG class.play. But the fucking thing that I do, I look here and play is not there. I think play is behind it on the Z index. See, there's nothing for play proper. Unfortunate that the name matches with shit there. So this is like the real ass coding part. Or actually, before I deep dive into this, because I'm going to cut this off, then I'm going to come back and like actually do frustrating coding bullshit of like, how do I get this shit to work? One thing that I needed to say is about my whole approach to this is when I'm watching tutorials, I'm not going to go like, oh, I'm going to type out every little fucking thing. Oops.
Hello there, my gorgeous friends.
I didn't mean, sorry. I actually clacked and clicked on my keyboard and fucked things up, as is typical. So it takes a long ass time to code this all out. So I have 1.5 theater going on here. So they're a bit sped up because this is just so fucking, I've spent so much time going, okay, I know how to set a fucking background color. I know how to set text size. I understand Flexbox enough to get what the hell that they're doing with, you know, like aligning the items to have this way. And I don't have the specific terminology off the tip of my tongue, but in here, if I went to the side of that, I'd be able to point out how far. Well, let's actually do it the proper way. If I were diagnosing this and going, okay, so we're doing time select. So div time select. Well, that's the div that's being styled there, and it's a flex container. So yeah, time select and sound figure. So on either side, we have this. Okay, so that's being spaced evenly. So we're flexing as a column, so it's up and down. The items are arranged up and down, like, you know, as if they are going up the column. I don't know how to say that. Spaced evenly, so that's how we have the nice spacing that's going on there. And yes, proportions are fucked up when I have that side thing open. Regardless, that's not an issue. This is fine because we're doing flex column there, and that's also what allows this this space evenly allows me to add another item where I could have 20 minutes. I'm probably not going to have one that's 10 minutes. Actually, let me just set these to what I would actually use. Because I actually use 9 and what I actually want to investigate for like how long I do stuff. 20 minutes is what I generally do. And then what is this? 15. I wasn't thinking of my math there for a minute. That should be 15 minutes. What's yeah, 60 times that. Yeah, just double checking that on the off the top of my head. So, and I'm just going to make these, because these aren't being used anywhere. 15. Just make it more descriptive, so it's going to be more maintainable. Okay. So if I added another one here, that let's go for a bloody hour. So, I mean, I would just add that too. So it's 36. Oh my God, it's just 6. It's 60 times 600. Or no, it's 60 times 60 to get 3,600. Sorry, I get so far ahead of myself when I'm like, I have like a whole sentence planned out in my head, and then it just comes out as word salad because it's some kind of aphasia. So 60 minutes. Let's just say 1 hour. No, let's keep it. We like the minutes being consistent there. We like the consistent design. But that's going to be 60. And all of these should be IDs, not classes. because these are unique. So because my autism demands it. So this is something where I am refactoring the code. Because there's things where I go through it where I want to change things. And I go, that doesn't work for me. I don't care about 5 minutes and 10 minutes. I want these time increments, and I can do this manually. And also, this is why I'm not going to fuck with the time input, is because I'm going to fuck with the time input over here. And I could have like 20 of these set up, and it won't really matter because I just added the 60 minutes there, aside from me being a stuttering retard. Yeah, and see, this adds it over here. It's Flex. So this is a good live demonstration of why Flex column is dope. Is that you can just have all of these. So I don't have to dick with the time increments. I can just manually put them in to the HTML. HTML is not hard to write. This is not hard to write. The data is wired correctly such that this will take the time. This will process the time correctly. Okay, so to finish the thought, I don't dick around with typing out every single thing on the keyboard that I see up here, and I do watch through everything at 1.5 speed, and yeah, TLDR. Watch through tutorials on 1.5 speed. Don't dick around with actually typing things out. If you've already spent like 500 hours typing out shit, and then you're just slowing yourself down because you already know how. I already know how to do position absolute bottom 10%. This kind of thing. I get what this is. We're hiding the video initially. That's why we have display none there. I understand why you'd have that. And well, this has the rainy video as the display by default. Oh, could I find that? Where do we have as? See, then I go over here. That's why you want to have things organized correctly. So there's video there. There's only 2 references, and it's that and that. Okay. Do we have video over here? So for the video container, so this is setting it by default. So that for whatever purposes, maybe it was during development, it was like distracting in the background because they were trying to style other things, and you can't really see it with the, this kind of obscures where lines are and all that. So yeah, during development they had it as display none. But I see, it just took me a couple of seconds, and I can look up. Okay, so where is our video being, put? How do we reference the video? Video container. Okay, so then what do we do with that? Can I do that if I comment out that tag, will it let me still do that? So I have no idea. So this is me getting ahead of myself. Yet again, getting the fuck ahead of myself because this is not clickable. Also, we have this replay button there. So first thing I'm going to identify, what the fuck's with this replay button? Before even trying to dick with that, this is where that's going. And I already looked this up ahead of time. I don't care about replay. I don't care about replay. That's throwing styling off. I don't care about that either. Okay. So that gets us, or that just fixes everything. Wow. Imagine, well, it's still unclickable. Can I get pointer events none on that one? So I guess I'm not going to pause things. I guess I'm just going to talk through it all. This is how web dev goes. Oh, it's like I have a real job again. I don't like that cursor changing there. I'm going to try that one thing, and then if it doesn't work. So let's go to time display. This should let it not happen. Yep, good. So I don't have that weird thing where it looked editable there, which was kind of stupid. This should have pointer event like pointer when it goes over there. That's right. I can add an effect on those. What are you called? Let's go to inspect the element. Wait. Okay. No. But it. Why aren't you letting me hover check? Can't hover check that, bro. Very unfortunate. So you're in sound pickers. So let's just do sound picker button. I should have that already. Picker, sound picker button. Interesting. They bug. No. They put the hover on, and I saw this in the tutorial because I watched the whole thing. Do watch the whole tutorials when you're still doing it. Don't sell yourself short on that. So when there's a hover action, so for the class sound picker, for the go to the button that's contained in it. Let's go back to our HTML here because they did not do a good way of like explaining that. Yeah, they're assuming that you understand that. The way that the whole CSS thing is going on here is, okay, look at the class for sound picker, which this could be an ID because we only have one. But if I had several of these, then it would be standard throughout it. Like I could do another one that has different. If I wanted a second column, let's break things. Let's just play around and break things. Okay, actually, I need to not. Okay, we'll do. You can only do one thing at one fucking time. Hold your damn horses. Okay. So what I was saying over here, it's dot time select, and the buttons within time select are then hover. So we have the time select that's over here, which is you can kind of like take this whole thing and then like rotate it. Like I can't gesture. So like imagine I'm doing this kind of like loop thing of like turn your head to the left, and imagine. So we have this chunk of code that then becomes this column over here. See, it's going up to down. I mean, I have it right here. So it's like here's one chunk. It's left. So instead of left to right, we're going top to down. So like upright it. I don't know how to say it. So you see the relation that's there. So it's like it's like these are the feet, and I want to push it to stand up. Oh, and there we go. It shows up in these pieces of code show up on the display like that. That's really hard to explain without gestures and the like, and I'm very much a kinesthetic expresser of myself. Obviously, I'm a fan of sign language, and if you do see any of my videos about that, and it's you just convey so much more nuance when you're able to express things bodily, which is completely fucking missing from computer science. So why the fuck am I even doing this, right? Okay, so regardless, the thing that I was trying to explain here, CSS. Grab all of the classes of sound picker here, and then go to all the buttons there. If any of these buttons are being hovered over, take some kind of action. And I would say, is transparency? I don't know how to do transparency. Opacity? Yeah, there we are. It's not transparency, it's opacity. Let's go 0.6. And so that you know it's my color scheme, we're obviously throwing in lime. That's my desktop. We don't need that. So hovering over. Oh yeah, those are SVGs. So we don't have any. Let's see if it's background. I mean the SVGs. That's not what we want. We just wanted it to. We do want to target the SVGs that are within that. So let's see if we can do that. I wanted to make the SVGs turn lime, just to see if I fucking can. So let's go to. Ooh, I don't like your structure, mister. Why are you putting it on one line? There we go. Because that's a child tag. And that was not apparent within this long thing. With having the long ass lines for the SVG thing, that's fine. That's fine. That doesn't matter. But having that structure. Let me take a second to just look over to see if there's anything else that's. Yeah, my spacing is dicks. But okay, let's just fix the spacing, because I have some weird auto tabs. I've complained about this before, that yeah, I have some weird auto tabs, because I do the four space tabs. That's the standard for Python, as I have mentioned multiple times before, and we don't need that there. Does the SVG? Why are we having this over? It's the backslash for the audio, so we have all these over. You're within the div, right? That's where the audio is, so the source can be over. The image is self-closing. SVG is the circle. So we have two of these, so that's fine. It's a twin. That's not a reserved word. That's just me. If I have a component that's the same component, like I'm masking something. Let's say the fill circle, the time, to make the animation effect. So that's the moving outline. That's fine, but that's more of an explanation that goes on there. And I said smoky replay button. You kind of throw off the styles because you're not styled correctly. There's some stupid thing that you can do to make the flex ignore, essentially, an item so that it doesn't throw off the spacing that's there, but I'm not going to dick with that because I'm not going to have a replay button. I just don't care for it. That's not part of the purpose of this. That is still within the div. I need to move my div to the correct spacing and adjust spacing. So this might look boring as dicks, but this is a representation of what you would really do to maintain code properly and to like have things done correctly. That's the end of that div. So you're the end of what div? Just the app. And then you can drop the script tag there. It's fine to have an extra space around the script tag. What happens? Yeah, you're on the wrong thing. And then that'll give me another one there. Okay, let's see how badly broken things are. Refresh. Okay, you're fine. If I added you. Yeah, and these images are not like font awesome icons or anything, and that's not saved, so that's why it's not updating. These are SVG things, which I just had not had experience with before. Wow, getting ahead of my words again. And I will try to do that lime color change thing. Okay. So what if I wanted to keep my three division, because this is taking it as another flex thing. What are you called? Division. It's within division sound picker, so I wouldn't do another div. I would just add more sound. Wait a second. Or sound picker. It's flex, but okay, because it's cascading, I can do something because these are to make them the same. These are to make them the same. Because it's cascading, I can declare my basic stuff up front, and we're doing our layer cake here. It's a very specific term. It comes from a different world saying layer cake. It's just the cascading thing for it, where if I wanted flex, I don't know how it works. I don't know if 0.5 is like actually a thing. Does that make... Yep, that's what I was thinking. Because flex is how much of its portion does it take up. So I wanted to make a thing. So these are just temp buttons where I'll be able to put in my own stuff there. Like, I don't know. If I want one that's anime cat girl themed, then I have a picture of an anime cat girl here, and I can change the background for that. And change like the sound, the ambient sound that goes in the background as well. None of that's working right now because I still can't click on this. But this shows you a bit of... This is like an actual demonstration of not just... I'm not just trying to like, oh, let's make this code better. No, I'm just trying to... I'm trying to use this code to learn. Better for me is learning more shit out of it. And then like, oh, here's how I can just play around to... I want, instead of just one column of buttons here, I want 2 columns of buttons. Instead of having flex 1, I need to cut that in half to flex 0.5 in order to do this. So let's take that to its logical conclusion. Actually, you know what? I didn't like the spacing on that, and I don't have any sense of patience. So there you go, magic. And let's just... no, it's fine to have them as 4 as it was there. Actually, I can't help myself. 3 doesn't divide evenly into 1. So I have that. I come back over here. I'm not even going to look at it. This will override the flex 1 that we define up there just because it's like a convenience thing and it's not a ridiculous performance hit. So you want all those other things there. I mean, I could set time select out to its own thing and give it flex 1. Which I believe I should actually do. Hold on. What did I do wrong? What? I don't know. That's what happens when you're not paying exact attention to what you're doing. I think I had like an extra brace somewhere. But what's the proper way of doing it? The proper way, it makes sense to have just the item alone. No, we're doing it after because yes. Oh fuck, all my spacing is weird here. Can I command you to just chill the hell out? Yes, I can. Yeah. Is that supposed to... Is it all supposed to be 2 spaces off the side? I've never heard of that. Like it's a standard thing to have. I mean, because we have margin that's here in the text editor itself. That just felt weird. Yeah, that's a little more comfy for me. Okay, so we can do the specific there. And I can get rid of that because we are doing it uniquely, and then I can fuck around with specifically time select, which is left flex portion, right flex, well, it's column. So that'll give me some guideposts if I want to fuck around with things later. Okay, yeah, that gives the background. That's fine. Let's make sure that things aren't completely fucking broken. So we got this. Is it moving to the side? Did I put you as 0.3? Yeah, I did. I'm like, that's looking way too good. It's because I did drop down the 0.33333. Yeah, that does fine. Surprising. All right, let's change you back to 5 because we know what we're doing, and let's see what happens here. If I go to 0.5, then it's nudging this to the side. It's not evenly spaced here because it's taking up 0.5. It's taking 1.5 extra. So if I did want an offset, okay, we going golden ratio with this? Because and so this looks disorienting, but actually I'm gonna, because I know a little bit about design. I actually lied when I told someone the other day that I don't know anything about interior design, because I do understand proportion. That looks much more pleasing. This draws your eye to this being your command, situation over here, and this being something that's going to be like pretty consistent. And yeah, so like this proportion thing, it's just a 1-to-2 ratio of things. And if I wanted to go a step further, nah, it's fine. If I wanted to go a step further, then I'd have like this unified as one thing, and this would be broken up into, or no, I could do different portions. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That's design stuff. You can see that I do have a passion for front-end design, so I should focus more on the React path instead of fucking around with all this networking stuff. I went through all the levels of, what is it? Not ICP. That's Insane Clown Posse. Yeah, because I'm thinking of TCP layers. Not iOS. Come on, what is it? It's the 7-layer cake, whatever you want to call it. Isn't it iOS? OSI. Wow. Autism and dyslexia. See, that's why it's not hitting, like clicking into my brain, because OSI to my brain is open source intelligence, which that's not what it stands for. Yes, open systems interconnections in networking. But yeah, I spent a long ass time going through all those fucking layers, and I don't really have a passion for that. I was just fucking soul draining. And then I look over here, I'm like, hey, I can do ratios and stuff, and look at how nice this is with like having half the screen here, and I can understand that and control that with Flexbox, even though this is just like template placeholder crap. That's fine. I want to drop it to, and I can delete and come back to that just fine. So look how much nicer this is than cramming all that on one line. God, it's so much easier to read. Okay, so this is fine this is a little threadbare because this does look spacey-er. Can we make them bigger? Just in terms of sound picker, but I think screw it, drop a 0 in there. Okay, don't screw it. It's a little much. Yeah, I was not thinking on that. Let's go with 80 of padding. Why are you being hidden now? So if I had 30 is that because it's overlapping? Yeah, why are you doing that? Okay, because this is the constraint that's around it, and the padding is making, but then how's that not happening? Then if I go to like 70 or something, then it's not growing, it's just increasing the padding that's around the content. Then how did I break things for that to happen? That's magical mystery bull crap that I shouldn't be messing with, and that is not what I'm actually trying to do. I need to drink more lemonade. See, that's fine. terms of size and stuff. Yeah, it is a bit of a back and forth game to play. I think I have live server, so I can actually. No, I don't need. See, even my clicks get fucked when I am trying to do something like that. That's a little much. Let's drop to 80, 80, and 55. I like those proportions better. These are not scalable, as you can see. I'll fuck around with making that. It'd be percentages? So it'd be view height and view width. But then it'd look all fucking weird. What happens if I do, if I toss a percent into here? No. I mean, 20 view height should be. Yeah, it does squish it a bit. Padding. See, I don't know how to do proportions. I have to recognize that I don't know that. Not yet. This is meant to be used as a full page app. I don't know how to do proportions. That's not something that's being focused on right now. And that's a refactor that I could do in the future. That it would just be a dick amount of time to deal with. It's like, I know how to do so that was me like testing. Okay, I know how to do the hover thing, and that happens so quickly that like it doesn't even matter for dicks. But me like trying to mess around with the sizing and everything. This is fine using it as a full page thing. That's okay. As you can see, I still haven't done the troubleshooting for clicking on this, which let's just throw all the other bullshit to the side. And I should put that in its own. I should put these in their own thing. That doesn't matter. I'm fine with how it's structured right now. We can refactor later. Yeah, why can't I click on play? Grab play, bring the Z index to 1. No, we don't have it. Player container, player container. Let's actually get dot play. This is the index 1. Pointer. It's not happening. So this might be an issue. How do I listener for play? Console log. This is how you do debugging with JavaScript. All right. Mismatch. All this. Okay, so it doesn't like that being there. Let's see if I can use the SVGs without this blah, 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 blah happening, because it's still loading onto the screen without the blah, blah, blah happening. I recognize W3 schools as a certain site. No, I don't care. But where is it? It's in med.html. Oh, you don't like? Oh, it's not referencing shit because I don't have the right thing. Of course, that's not what. That's why I stopped playing. It's because let me take my earplugs out. I actually have earplugs in because the goddamn neighbor's dog was barking again. So I do apologize if there were any sounds outside because I'm not listening and I'm. It's not like hearing is important to me. It legitimately is a sense that I could do without. I don't idolize like losing hearing. It's just I've suffered a lot from just annoying sounds constantly causing sleep disruptions in my life to the point where it's been a real issue of control. Where I've taken back control in that sense. Where if I were to go deaf, it would be no problem for me in terms of coping. Things would be dangerous, like on the road and all of that. Or like, working on a construction site, because it's dangerous if you can't hear things. But I'd be fine with communicating and all that, and just like functioning day to day. I might like leave the tap on for water because I wouldn't hear it running or something stupid like that. So I think it'd be helpful to have someone else there. But yeah, I got my earplugs out now. And let's see if I can hear this. Pad start's not a function. Suck my cock, it's not a function. What do you mean pad start's not a function? I know that I put that in there. Oh, because it's not part of math. It's part of JS generally, which I'm pretty sure that you can invoke, whatever. I can do a function on a thing. I'm pretty sure it's invoking a function within bracket notation, or brace notation. It's not brackets. It's curly brace. Yeah, $ curly brace there. What is this? String interpolation is the actual name for it, whatever the hell. So within string interpolation, I should be able to do this padding thing. This is another thing the dude didn't cover in his tutorial, but that's fine. I mean, it's fine. It's just this is me being autistic for like wanting the 2 zeros there, and I had something with my with another thing where I was doing a digital clock where I remember there was padding start there. That actually came up in the document when I was reading. The fuck? The fuck? What do you mean pad start's not a function? Let's see what it's actually called, because I looked up documentation and it told me. The fucking liars at MDN. Okay, let's say hex 123 equals 123 text 123 dot pad. It's just pad. Nope. I'm going to take a break here. I'm going to look. Okay, I took a break and I'm back. And we have more debugging that we need to do. First and foremost, I have no fucking idea what's going on with... Yeah, why did it say that fucking no favicon icon, whatever the hell? I don't know what the hell that was. Thankfully, that went away. Yeah, okay. Wait, here we are. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. That... Yeah, I went through this, and there's nothing that's... I don't have any icons that I'm using. I went through every fucking line looking for icons. There is no icons. See, I have ICO up here. There's no icons. Is there FA that's being used anywhere? I have default listen there. Font family there. I don't know what causes this bullshit, but things are still functional, so I'm going to fucking ignore it. I don't know what. I don't know why. It can't be in the style sheets. Can it? Icon. It's not there. And there's nothing that's icon and the meditation.js. Okay, so I was trying to do pad start. So sometimes you run into shit where it's like, I don't even know how to fucking fix this. I know what 404 not found is. See, this is completely fucking useless. But it's like, okay, so where's the origin of the thing that's not found? And I can trace it back up to, it's in the HTML, med.html, and there's nothing there that's requesting any of that. I don't know if it's the SVGs that are fucking it. Actually, oh my God, I hate being autistic and constantly suffering over not knowing things. You shut up. You shut up. Anything else with an SVG tag? No? We green? You have an SVG. Okay. Are we green? Yeah, I know it's null. That icon shit's still being a bitch. I have no idea why that's there. And I have no way of solving that either. I don't know what the fuck it's talking about with your icon is a dick. Regardless, I wanted to pass, and this doesn't affect it. If I don't have that open, it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, and even then, it doesn't fucking matter. Okay, so let's do some actual debugging and not spurging out like a fucking retard. Okay, I hit this. So we have some weirdness here. That default is set to 10. I don't know what the fuck's going on there yet. I can figure it out. 0A is working as we expected. So I just made random variable potato. And I was doing pad start. And yeah, pad start fucking works here. And that's the correct fucking way to do it. So reference. I got my reference potato, and things were good that day. Fuck you icon. Is there a way that I can set to ignore a certain message from occurring? I can just delete it and pretend that it doesn't fucking exist because it's not affecting functionality in any meaningful way. And again, if I were on like a team or some shit, we're like, hey, this has some weird behavior that's going on. So yeah, let upper management deal with that in a code review because I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I got deadlines for other shit to build. And I have my own schedule of shit that I need to study and get the fuck over with this, and it's getting pretty late actually. Regardless, let us, yeah, so I come over here, and this guy has like his own odd thing that he's doing to pad start, which makes it a little obscure, but it's a string.padStart number inputs here, and then the string that you're padding them with, and that's what's going on. So, in being not so fucking confusing, I have my potato here, and so when I click to play, let's put you back. So stop. This is what start playing. It's background song. It's not really a song. It's like BGM, but whatever. So I'm just reinitializing this to reactivate it, and I have the quick key memorized for that. So if I hit here, I should get yeah, I did double click that, didn't I? Yeah, so all I wanted was being able to zero pad something at the front. Also, I have my ear things in, so I could actually not hear if that was, ow, if that was legit or not. I wish I had a mute button in real life. In VR chat, I have a way to, not just a mute button. I wish I had a mute button because I'm talking too fucking much and I feel like a goddamn idiot. Now, I wish I had a deafen button because, like, in VR chat, you can turn world volume down, and that's like a paradigm shift of like not having to deal with other people's bullshit, especially when I communicate in sign language so much. It's just so refreshing to not be assaulted by shitty auditory stimuli that you did not request. I do not consent to this auditory assault. That is part and parcel of living in modernity. Oh, so there was sound actually going on there. I actually didn't hear that because of the earplugs I had in. Regardless, so that's doing fine there. I have the icons clickable. That's fine. So why is it coming up as 10? We want to be able to pad that. So if I drop to 15, fine. We'll do the 5-second one. So that's super simple for things. It's pausing correctly. Yeah, that's nice. Did that over here? I was gonna put an end sound to it, but my sound file itself, in the time that I was away, I checked the other errors, and the sound file itself wasn't playing. Actually, let's reactivate, because I legitimately might have had things done incorrectly, but then did it correctly. No. Doing it. Oh, that's interesting that it lets you save it like that. End sound is null. Are you? But I put you... Okay, that's because I have you commented out as well. Of course. But of course. Yeah, it says it can't read the media source. Media source is not suitable. It's because this is WAV, isn't it? Which is whack, because Python's the other way around. Python could only read WAV and couldn't read MP3, because I had a T-Rex roar that was MP3 that I got rid of, and it was good. It was like, Jurassic Park level T-Rex, like raw, and it was great, and I wanted to use that in some stuff, but I couldn't because it was MP3. I didn't know how to convert it over at the time. I'm not going to dick with this. Let's do some live ads of shit. Are any of these type? They're all wave sounds. MP3. Oh, the Wilhelm scream. Smoke weed dubstep. We're going with this. And yes, I'm going to be a scrub using Windows, using window ways to get through to things just because I can. So we have that there, and I'm just going to change the pathing. This is data entry level bootleggery that we're doing here. So instead of having you there, that's stop rain. Can you let me just copy the name so I can? Please. Can I copy relative path? It's very poor naming, but whatever. It should not affect things. I don't know why the default likes to be like that. Oh, shit. Is this already in the meditate folder so that I'm fucking it up? Oh. Well, that's why it has to have the dot, is because that's what that's calling. Oh, no. I think I see what's happening. Is it because the slashes have to be the other way? Is that just the coding for... Oh, it fucks me up because this is me... Like, I made a soundboard not too long ago. I made a soundboard in Python, and so I got, like, used to just doing... Because I was adding so many fucking sounds to it, and I was doing so much tweaking to it. Okay, and then underneath this, we're going to have that, but we're going to keep that commented out in case we need that tag to exchange it out for the other source, and we'll see if we can screw around with it like that. That shouldn't It shouldn't throw an issue, and this is fine because that should be just a-okay. And because I have no patience, drop it to 3. Drop it to 3, I mean. Oh, okay. And it's probably WAV being a bitch. Don't study multiple programming languages at the same time. It will fuck you. Jump back 30 seconds. Media resource. It might be because of the spaces in it. Let's see if that's why, or if the media resource is just if I have to do something else to it. Meditate sounds might be the initial thing. SWD. Let's just keep it obscure like that. And I know I'm a scrub for using Windows like that, but whatever. You can go. We can put that in your pipe and smoke it. I don't care. If not, I will change the audio tagging so that obviously the thing wouldn't work because I fucking took it out. I feel stupid, but I don't care. Nope, we don't care. Not suitable. Let's... no. Emmett. Don't be a bitch, Emmett. Emmett! Okay. Yeah, this is self-terminating tag, so I don't need a second one, but quit betraying me, Emmett. Emmett's the autocomplete thing that's like a kite. It's an autocomplete thing, and fuck. It doesn't matter. Okay. Refresh, 3 seconds, smoke weed. Load of media resource failed. Why is that media resource not failing, but this one is? Let's say the structure. Again. The automatic grabs might be fucking with me. It's in the same pathing, so that pathing should be just fine, but this folder is called meditate, so the dot is current directory, so that shouldn't affect it.
Smoke weed every day.
Okay, that's a little much. Oh god. I hope I don't have it on loop. Okay, that was longer than I It's like, what did you expect, man? I know that's the soundtrack. But like, okay, let's see if we can get this to work. Let's get that to work. Okay, 3, 2, 1, smoke weed. Everything. Okay, I needed that. Okay, so yeah, I have this environment is set up to optimize like doing shit with Python, so that's why I have like the 4 spaces. That's why my slashes are weird, and that's why I'm generally averse to MP3 files. But let's let's do a similar thing. So I know that the other way of like putting .src is not the correct way to do that, which is fine. Let's grab another sound bite. And go.
Hell yeah!
Okay, that's a nice one. That's completely inappropriate for anything. I got a lot of different ones. Let's just use the Kingdom Hearts thing. Yeah, that's fine. So copy pasta. Actually, I can just quick key. Control C. Everyone knows. Everyone knows that one, unless you're a beamer. All right, let's go. Sounds. Control V. Are you? Oh, what type are you? Bloody show me the type. It's a bloody important thing. Understand what type. Okay, we got WAB. That's what we'll be testing out. Do a little tic tac test. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. All right, copy relative path. I know I'm gonna have to fix it. We do have the termination on it. I almost could not see that. That's absolute path, but we don't care because we are doing what works. Not C. I don't need to do that. I looked up the history for that, and it went in one ear and out the other. Why it's called C drive? Because you had like a different thing before, because C is like built-in drive, but they were like external things that were the standard before having a C drive, where it was like A and then B, and built in, actually like having it on the device, on the computer itself was a C drive, so that became a convention. It's odd. I forget that. But, if it matters, then someone else will tell me about it and I'll learn it again. I'll be reminded of it if it's anything more than a fucking curiosity. All right. Let's see. That's why I have the 3-second one. It does not reset the time. Okay, that's good. That's the right sound effect, first of all. It doesn't reset the time when I go from one to another. But I should set... I'll put that as a refactor thing. NYI, my bruh. No, I want to select that, and it's actually too dark in my room, and I don't have the lights on yet to actually see what I'm hitting on the keyboard. Not that I should need anything. Actually, let's go a little like this. Not yet implemented, bruh. Okay, what I want to do is just say, okay, Emmett, I need you to be quiet. Thank you. So it's just a comment. Disable other buttons after one is selected. This is like a use case thing where because if I have after one is, let's say, playing, allow pressing to start over from 0, so that'd be resets. So I'd have to reset the timer. So these are going to be expanding things that later. Not now, but later, and like later than that even. Because even for all this talking, actually let's test our 3 seconds out. Okay, she's doing fine with the sounds. Any weird ass errors? No, it's fine. It's doing just fine. Okay, I don't like that at the bottom. No, I don't need to worry about TCP and UDP connections right now. Where are we doing the timer duration equal? That's why it's coming out to 10 as basic. Well, what's the most common one that I'm gonna have is 20 minutes. So I'm gonna let it be 1200 because that's my default. Yeah, so it's currently 15 minutes. Yeah, the dude explains it just fine in the tutorial vid. I'll have that linked below. He explains all that. There's nothing here that I have to change, but I want to change. Okay, I did change it from like fake duration to timer duration, just because that was like bad naming convention. But that, I mean, that's fine. That's what refactoring is for. Text content, and we want you. Oh, buddy, why are you looking funny? You should be. Why are we doing this? This should be minutes remaining. And you should be seconds remaining. In the interest of, why not? Let's keep it 3 short. I just didn't want to pronounce that out loud. Sex remaining. Okay, let's change this out just to make it a little easier to screw around with, because I don't like invoking like math dot something and then on the end of it chaining something else to it, because that gets a little confusing when you're just chaining too much shit at once. So let's look down to our potato, and we had dot pad start.
Oh my god, you should type it out so that you memorize it better.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it. This should allow it to work. Pad those numbers. Pad those numbers, bro. Pad start is not a function. Okay, do you have to go outside of this to I think it's because it's not a string. Okay, so we'll get rid of you. That's not true. But it's not actually displaying there. My friend, you've got a condition. It's not fucking working. Okay. We're not gonna see it with those. Yeah. Alright, where did we apply you? So when it clicks, we're gonna see it plain instead of it. It was looking weirder before, where it just had 1 0 there. So that's good. That's good. That's looking nice. Good. That's looking correct. It's bootleg, but that's correct. It's bootleg because it's our test thing. That is fine. But we have the initial duration is there. So when I reset you, we have 20.0. So why are you looking funny? Let's go to time display. That's why you look funny, because you're written funny up here too. I really don't like that, but this is a one-time use situation. So I'm going to make this really long as a single line thing, but I know what's going on here. We've done the legwork to allow this absurdly long thing to happen. I'm pretty sure that you can break up backticks without things being broken proper. Right? But I don't. What the fuck are they grinding out there? See, this is why I have to have earplugs in. Jesus Christ, and it's dark outside. What the fuck? So that's a shitty situation. You know, my big battle in life is I just want peace and quiet. I want peace and quiet. I want a place where I belong. I've never found either of those, and I want affection in my life. I just want a partner who respects me and who loves me, actually. And having that basic sense of be a decent person, and of being partners with someone who is a decent person towards me. Not like, oh, it has to be so romantic. It was just be nice. I don't have anyone. I've never had anyone that's just nice to me, and my situation isn't nice. I've never had that in my life, and I don't have any way of expecting to find it in my life. It's terrible. That when I have these like external assaults of pain that bash up against me, like someone fucking grinding bullshit at 9:30 at night. That it's like, what the fuck is up with any of this? This is my motivation for like improving my lot in life, to move to find peace and quiet. I may never have love in my life, and I've accepted that. But I at least have control over becoming not a poor. And have you tried not being poor? Because that might improve your situation a little bit. So I'm trying to study all sorts of things, computer science related, so that I can find one field within it that I would do very well. Web dev is one leg of that I'm fucking with. But let's see if that works, because this should do the default timer display. Let's just put that in there. That should be fine. That's the initial start. That's there. Things don't reset because I don't have that, but I have the note for it. That shows up just fine. Okay. And the end hit is there correctly. I could trim down the smoke weed thing to use that, but that's a bit long as it stands. It was a hilarious thing when that flipped off. So why are you dropping to just one? Yeah, because that text content. But like now we understand that we need this toString and pad start, and that's why it was not working before, is because we were dealing with numbers and not. So like if I had some reason where I needed to keep these as numbers, then I would do it here. But this makes it clearer because this is the implementation of the variables, which these are being used within a string, so it makes sense to stringify them. If it's a built-in word, then I can use it as a verb. Functions are supposed to be modeled after verbs, so we can adopt built-in functions as verbs in English, I believe. So let's see, and that fixed that. So now we have, see, like, when things work well, you don't notice it. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. So now that when it takes over, instead of it starting off like that, and then jumping to being like the single-digit stuff, we fixed that. So, and that's the thing, is when things work well, it does, you don't notice that anything's off, but when something's fucky, then you notice it. So this is great. Again, the guy that did the original app here, that I'd really love to know if anyone has done, especially if you're like a big channel, or if you know someone that has like a big channel like that, how long does it actually take them to do this shit? Because it did not take this guy to do 45 minutes to come up with this whole lesson and to like code this initially. I swear that they need to have something that's like off on the side where they're looking at a second monitor or something like that to be doing this code for like the tutorials, because it takes me so fucking long to like just pick out like how do I want to style something and put things together. It feels I mean it's good as teaching material. I don't want it to drag on and on, but I have no sense of like how long does it actually take to make this shit if you're just starting from an idea. Maybe I wouldn't be too interested in watching that because it's not fast enough. And even here on the tutorials, I put it on 1.5 speed. I just kind of look for the concepts that they convey, and then I look over the code, and then I do adjustments like this to improve things. So that's improved there. I can have more icons that I can fuck with there. One thing that I was not doing, that's good, and the default should be 20. That's good. Do I have the fade? Yeah, I added the opacity drop. I want to target SVG. Finally coming back to this. I swear you can hear that out there. Them fucking hammering away. That distracted me. Where I'm like, I was doing something SVG, and then there's fucking outside noises where it just fucks you. It just fucks you. It's terrible. God, I just want peace and quiet in my life, and I don't have, it's disgusting that it's not there. It just destroys so much. How much? My God. Having an existential crisis over recognizing how much of my life, like my awareness, has been drained away from my soul and my conscious experience itself from just assholes making a goddamn ruckus and like not doing things at a decent hour. Because motherfucker, it's 9:40 in the evening. Like do this in the morning or in the afternoon or some shit. It's supposed to be fucking quiet. Now, what the fuck are you doing? God, it's disgusting. I'm disgusted with the poor behavior of other individuals not recognizing the absolute pain that they inflict. And then you cause a problem when you say, like, look, you really need to not be so loud with hammering on this stuff, like, after it's dark. Or, like, your dogs are screaming constantly. Oh, yeah, they do that. Whatever. They don't change. I have no authority to make these people change. They don't care. And they just see me as an asshole for pointing out how much of an asshole they are. It's like the whole Dunning-Kruger effect. If idiots don't know how much of a fucking idiot they are. It's rude people are not, like, truly rude people are not aware of how fucking rude they are, which is one reason why I can't watch certain kinds of comedy videos, because it offends my sensibilities on a very deep level. It's like, if you absorb this media, you are lessening your fucking soul. And if you are around these auditory disruptions, then, you know, focus is broken, and that's something that you would have learned otherwise, where you add that up time over time, how many fucking distractions you get into, how many hours have you lost of this? What insights and knowledge and growth could you have gained were you not distracted by bullshit assholes making a fucking ruckus? God, I hate the indecency of this world. Okay. What in the fuck was I trying to edit? The SVG. Quick command. It's quick, not quit. Because call it out when I do it. You are within the button? You're just an image within the button. Okay, so you're not you're not a savage. Okay, so div button image. But you're not. Are you sound picker? You are sound picker. Height 100%. Let's go color. Not too sure about that. Not too sure about that. When you... Oh, excuse me. When you draw it... Stroke. Yep, stroke color. It does take... okay, it does take one of these in. Okay, I gotcha. Let's drop you as... I want to see if my Alice works. Does she? It still looks white. Doesn't matter. Actually, let's just jump back. Okay, it is lowercase because I was not paying attention to that. Draw the SVG stuff. Image. Wait a second. Do I reference SVG up here? No, I'm not summoning it here. I have it referenced in the SVG files. Fill lime. Everything gets lime. So okay, I didn't know that's a thing, but there you are. Cyan. Bright ass colors. No? No? You don't like it? Why can't I change what color you are? Image source rain.svg. Here you are. See, I've never looked up how to do SVG files and shit like this. But solid. I'd have to look it up. Do I have... No. None of them have anything. Can I... Okay, rain. Let's go cyan here. No. I'll have to look you up. I'll have to look you up for sure. Yeah, so that's good enough for now. If I care, I will make because I do want to see how to do this. SVG files, I don't think I'm going to be working with them, and this is like a sunken cost issue or a whatever. The juice isn't worth the squeeze to fuck around with changing the color of these files. I'm going to look it up off screen. If it's interesting, I'll share it. But I've done enough with this coding session to call it quits there. Thank you for watching. There's always more to expand on. I'm probably not going to dick around with it too much with like recording it at the same time because of course my productivity level vastly declines when I'm trying to do stuff on the fly here because I am verbalizing shit and I'm not thinking like just here. And when I'm really, and I can't enter a flow state is the thing when I'm expressing shit to like try and implement this. When I'm saying things out loud, there's no way that I can enter a flow state because I'm going back and forth between being verbal and the whole nonverbal process of thinking through things. That yeah, it's important to take a step back and talk through things sometimes. But if you are like trying to narrate what you're doing, it's just dicks for productivity. So I'm probably not going to fuck around with this for too much longer. But thank you very much for watching. I like to say that this is an improvement on like what I want to add to it because I want to add more sounds to it. We did add an ending sound hits to things, fancied up, beautified. You know, we made it a little nicer with having the padding here, so it's always 2 digits. We fancied it up. Yeah, that's going to be a phrase now. We fancied it up. And I'll be able to put in more background sounds here since I got the audio tags figured out. So, yeah, hopefully my neighbors will not be ridiculously loud and will control their dogs to not bark super loud in the morning so that I will get proper sleep and be able to actually retain the things that I have learned here instead of having my sleep pattern broken yet again and fucking with my capability of forming memories at all, which should be recognized as a fucking crime against humanity. Because and then here's me going to more existential things because your memories make up who you are mentally. And if you are, memories are formed when you sleep. That's like with the physiological processes that go on there. You cannot form memories properly if you are sleep deprived. So engaging in shitty, unneighborly actions that fuck with someone else's sleep, that I will challenge you to a saber fight to the death. I would rather die honorably in a saber fight than lose more of my soul to sleep deprivation from assholes. Okay, that's a great note to end things on. I need to practice more fencing for when dueling is reinstated as a way to civilly solve disputes and the like. Regardless, I hope I was able to explain some stuff here and show a bit of my progress, and I hope to improve more in the future. I'll fuck around with these SVG files offline. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.